ahoy hoy founders! Exclamation point. How likely do you think it is that Nintendo will follow Sony and Microsoft's lead by launching 2 variants of their next console simultaneously? What features might distinguish a premium Switch 2 model from the base version? I'd be thrilled to see an OLED model available at launch and would gladly pay extra for it. At the same time, offering a more affordable base option would appeal to those prioritizing cost over cutting-edge technology, as is Nintendo's primary market. So, John, I reckon what we're dealing with here is reality in terms of what's most likely to happen, and then stuff that we want, which are 2 different things, right?
So, asking if Nintendo will follow their lead, though, I feel like in the handheld space, Nintendo has traditionally done that for years. The Game Boy Color, the DSi, the new 3DS, like they all had like major tech improvements in them, right?
But they weren't released at the same time, which is
I see at the same, but okay, he said Sony's lead though, and Sony didn't really do that. I mean, technically the digital, but it's the same.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do that then. I mean, that would be awesome, but bringing up Nintendo's old style again, if they roll out an enhanced version, they're going to roll out as variants over time.
Yeah.
Like maybe another OLED model, maybe a smaller version of it, things like that. That's just what Nintendo does. No way would they risk releasing multiple SKUs on day one that could potentially confuse people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just not the way Nintendo rolls, I think.
Yeah.
So it's very likely it'll just be, here's the Switch 2, or whatever they call it.
So yeah, as I was saying, there's the sort of probable reality versus what we would like, and we would love to have a Switch OLED variant available day one.
Right.
We would love it. It would be awesome. It's just not likely to happen.
Yeah,
anything to add there, Alex?
No, I mean, I would, if they did something like this Dreamland, it's just VRR support. I have no idea how Nintendo sells VRR. They just don't talk about these things like that usually. And when they've done it in the past, it's been like awkward. I swear when they were talking about the Wii U, didn't they talk about GPU a whole bunch? And it just like disappeared. It didn't make any sense. It's like, yeah, this supports like OpenCL or whatever. It's the GPU, but it's like, who cares?
Did they really say that about the Wii U?
Didn't they say that? Google will maybe help us out here. I swear this is a thing. Nintendo GPU, Wii U. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Looks like you're stuck with the Wii U.
Yeah, sorry if I am mistaken about that. But I just remember that. I'd like that, but Nintendo doesn't talk about these things in the same way the other groups do, like Microsoft.
Yeah.
So
they just get it. They just put out a great product generally, and then iterate upon it. And I think they did a masterful job with the first Switch. If you think about it, first model gets out there, does great. Revision, improved battery life, and a handheld only model, pretty awesome. And then later on we get the OLED model. That's it's just 3 phases of a great product.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can talk about iterations of Switch 2 that we'd love to see. There's been an interesting rumor going around recently that the docked clock speeds would be much, much higher than the handheld. I haven't actually seen anything about this at all. I think it's an interesting idea, though, because if we look at the historical weakness of the Switch 1, it's, basically that the docked experience wasn't great. Possibly there's something to that. But, going back to this idea of different variants, you could have a Switch home console, which is just, the Switch 2 processor with a much bigger GPU. I think it would do really well, but just Nintendo just doesn't do it.